So in the introductory part of Sri Atma Siddhi Shastra, which Prabhu calls it Upodghat, we saw in the first two gathas we saw about the purpose of the text, the subject matter, and the other two anubandh. So main, the subject and the purpose. Then from 3 to 8, we saw two types or two categories of people who are engaged in religious activities but cannot be considered as a true seeker. Their names, their characteristics, where did they lack, what they should be doing, etc. So first section, in the first section, the first part was about the purpose, subject matter. Second was about the two types of, two categories of deluded people. Then the third section deals with the guru, the importance of a guru, the characteristics of a guru. A very, very important condition regarding a guru, the pratyakshata, and the upkara of a pratyaksha guru. So that was the third part. The fourth being the duties of a pupil. I'm not saying disciple, so I'm saying pupil. Once he surrenders, I'll call him a disciple. So what he should be doing, why he should be doing, roke jiv swachanto, swachand mat agrahataji. So all that are the duties, and vinay marg svikarvo, etc. And not fall in the trap of an asad guru. Now that you have the characteristics so clear regarding a true guru, why should you fall into a trap? And the last being the introduction of the next. Okay. This Vinay Marg is not understood or misunderstood by Matarthi, and now I will be stating the characteristics of a Matarthi, and that was an introductory part of the next section. So since time immemorial, the soul has been transmigrating due to intense delusion, moha, and has experienced infinite misery, pamyo dukha anant, experienced not happiness. It's not happiness to higher happiness. It's misery to true happiness. Right? So he has experienced infinite misery. So in the dense darkness of gatis, you know what are gatis, right? State of different existence. Manushya, Tiryansh, Narki, Dev. So different forms of existence. So in the dense darkness of this gatis, he has remained ignorant. Ignorance about the true nature of the self. I've yet not said soul. The true nature of the self, hu kaun chu, and the path of liberation or dharma. He has been ignorant. Not that he has never been, he has never got an opportunity of right dharma. I didn't say that. Many times out of his punya, now you understand punya, he has got an opportunity of right dharma, but because of his negative impressions and beliefs, deluded beliefs, false beliefs regarding dharma, he has not understood true dharma or not realized the importance of true dharma. Not that he has never got an opportunity of true dharma, but never understood or never realized understood and realized the importance of true dharma. So he's been performing a lot of religious activities, participating in different rituals, but still not considered as a true seeker, as we saw, either a Kriyajad or Shushkagnani. So what is the difference between these two people, Kriyajad and Shushkagnani, and a worldly person? What is the difference and what is the similarity? Difference is, this fellow is engaged in practices preached by the omniscience Lord or an enlightened one. He practices or he studies the scriptures of the omniscient Lord or the enlightened mentor. So that is the difference. This fellow does not do anything. Eat, drink and marry. That's what he does. Right, Parth? So, what is the difference between these two and this Kriyajat Shushkagnani on this side and a worldly person? So, the difference is he practices religious, say, rituals or studies the scriptures. He doesn't. He doesn't even have an inclination for that. So this is the difference. But what is the similarity? Both don't know what is true religion. This fellow is practicing what is taught by the omniscient Lord or an enlightened mentor, but is stuck in the external practices, the Kriyajat. So stuck shabda, the word stuck makes them similar again. And the Shushkagnani, he studies the scriptures of the omniscient Lord and the enlightened mentor, but he is stuck in the barren knowledge. So this fellow is stuck in external practices, this fellow is stuck in the barren knowledge of the scriptures, but the scriptures are of enlightened ones. Imagine, so near, so far. So, because of the improper understanding of dharma, both of them are unable to avert transmigration, paribrahman, no ant they cannot bring, because of the improper understanding of the path of liberation or dharma or religion, spirituality. So Param Krupadev describes in this next section the attributes of these unfortunate ones, not this group, not of this category of people, worldly, but this group. They are really unfortunate because they are fortunate and still unfortunate. આને તો વર્ધીનેસ જ નથી કાંઈ, આને તો કેટલો રસ પડે છે. So much engrossed in activities, sevas, scriptures, everything. He's liking it and still is not a true seeker. So Param Krupadev wants to describe the attributes of such people, the unfortunate people who are practicing religion but lost the direction. Practicing, performing rituals and practicing religious activities, etc., austerities, everything, but has lost the direction. So, if you view them externally, if you view their activities externally, they seem like true seekers. They seem like true seekers. Keva scriptures vache, kevi tapasya kare. So they seem like true seekers. But externally, if you view them, because of the presence of certain attributes, they are not true seekers. So we need to know what are those attributes, because this is not wrong. Reading scriptures, studying scriptures, or practicing austerities or rituals is not wrong. But then what makes them not true seekers? You understand? Because of the presence of certain attributes. Not absence of religious activities, that's there. But because of the presence of certain attributes, they are not considered as true seekers. So Param Kripadev calls this section as Matarthi, bigot, and as the elders say, by God, my God. So, whatever. Param Kripadev to avu bigot jo kai lakhyu જ નથી, મતાર્થીના લક્ષણો. So very soon I am going to start using the word Matarthi. Sectarian approach towards religion. Sectarian approach. Not approach of understanding the truth. So that is a bigot. And when he insists on his views, we call him a fanatic. So he is a proper Matarthi. Matno Arthi. Holds on to when he starts insisting. So insistence makes him Matarthi. So who are on the wrong path, or they have a wrong understanding or belief or notion regarding religion, and they hold to their views very tightly and become insistent. Why? Why? Because of ignorance or ego. Because they don't know that religion or spirituality is linked with the soul and not with body. So either it is complete ignorance. They feel it is their shraddha and dradta in holding on to these views because of ignorance. Or, which will come in the end of this section, manadi, nij manadi kaj, or because of ego. So we'll understand what is ignorance and what is ego. So many times it's your ego and you say, this is my prem for Bhagwan, this is my prem for sashan, this is a prem for mission, but it is only ego. It is a play of ego deceiving you. So that's what Param Kripadev is going to explain very clearly. So he has named this next section, the second section of the Shastra, Matarthina Lakshano. Lakshano means signs, attributes, qualities, traits, anything. Just write one word. Any word which appeals to you. The traits of a Matarthi, the attributes of a Matarthi, the qualities of a Matarthi, jo ke qualities ho bolo, signs of a Matarthi. So, Matarthi na laksha. Why is he stating this? To put them down. Atla bada shastro vache che, atli badi tapasya kare che, let's put them down. That is not the purpose of why this section is made, composed, created. No, it's not to put them down, but stating the qualities of an attribute, one may reflect, identify some traits within him, remove it, eliminate it. Reflect upon it and remove RR. Just came now, huh? But it might be asked, state the 2 R's behind the purpose of composing this section. Reflect, remove. Identify, eliminate. That is the purpose. Not to degrade him, not to put him down. Once he can identify the traits, he can put right efforts on the path of liberation. Is it very clear? Then we just need to know the breakup of the whole section, and then we can start the first verse of this section, number 24. This section, how many verses? You're climbing the train from the middle station, okay? So it's from 24 to 33. How many stanzas? 10. Screen per, can you show? So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. How many stanzas? The section after this is Atmarthina Lakshano. Actually, I'm going to ask Prabhu. You could have just composed one more verse after 33, verse number 34. Exact opposite to this is an Atmarthi. Right or wrong? Why did you need a new section from 34 to 42? We'll be covering it in this yagna only. So I will tell you then, before 34, what is the purpose of not just adding one verse, but adding a whole section of another 9 verses for an Atmarthi. Atmarthi means, Atmarthina Lakshano means attributes of a true seeker. And here, you cannot say untrue seeker also, because he is not a seeker only. So, the words are also so apt. Matarthina Lakshano. He's been practicing religious activities, performing rituals, austerities, studying scriptures, all that is there. But there is no quest. So I cannot even say that he's an untrue seeker, because for that I have to accept he's a seeker at least. And he's untrue. No, he's not a seeker. But he's doing all this maybe more than a true seeker also. This is the power of fanatism. Maybe the true seeker does one iambil and he must be doing 500 iambils. Maybe the true seeker only studies Atma Siddhi Shastra. And he might have studied 500 scriptures. You are understanding why this section was so important? When he has already named the two, Kriya Jad and Shushka Gnani, and in one verse he has explained why did he need a whole section. It has to be very, very clear to you. If you find some traits within you, you need to identify, remove, eliminate as fast as possible and become a true seeker. Or you are wasting your time, you are wasting your efforts, everything, and your punya. Very clear? So 10 stanzas of Matarthina Lakshano, or the traits of a bigot, bigot. Very clear? So these 10 stanzas are in front of you on the screen. The first 5, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, is the Kriya Jad Matarthi. The attributes of a Matarthi who is a Kriya Jad, meaning mechanical, oh, I forgot. Mechanical ritualist. So 5 stanzas are regarding different aspects of religion. Say Guru, all the different instruments, Guru, So one stanza is on the false beliefs regarding the Guru, 24. Then second is Bhagwan, Dev. So false beliefs, we'll be doing it, when I show you the link between, just understand what you're going to understand. So different aspects he has chosen where that fellow is stuck. Who? Kriya Jad Matarthi. Now you are going to use the word Matarthi, but Kriya Jad Matarthi. So one is 24 is regarding his false beliefs regarding Guru. 25th is regarding Bhagwan or Dev. Dev Guru Pachisu aave? Dharma. So 27 will show about his belief regarding Shastra, regarding dress. Religious people no dress kevo hovo જોઈએ, સાધુ નો ડ્રેસ કેવો હોવો જોઈએ, શ્રાવક નો ડ્રેસ કેવો હોવો જોઈએ. That lady has not worn white, so she must be a Matarthi. We all are Atmarthi. How stupid, right? So this will be explained here. And austerities, vrata, tapa. So all these different aspects in one stanzas. So 5 stanzas we have for the traits of a Kriyajad Matarthi. 24, 25, 26, 27 and 28. Now the second category is Shushka Gnani Matarthi. So 3 stanzas are for the Shushka Gnani Matarthi. 29, 30 and 31. So you are going to understand Kriyajad and Shushka Gnani in detail. Shushka Gnani Matarthi is a dry intellectualist. So 1 point is explained in this 29, 30 and 31. One aspect only. Here 4-5 aspects were explained, but in Shushka Gnani Matarthi only one thing is explained in 3 stanzas. So where are we? 31. 32 is the common attribute of a Matarthi, of Kriyajad and Shushka Gnani. The common attributes, 4 attributes are shown in that. Nathi kashayani upshantata, nahi antar vairagya, saral panu nathi, madhyastata nathi. We'll understand when this verse comes. And the next, and the last, 33, is the conclusion of this section, introduction of the next section. Conclusion of this and introduction of the next. So again, 10 verses for this Matarthi, 5 for Kriyajad Matarthi, 3 for Shushka Gnani Matarthi, 1 common and conclusion. Are you clear? So very famous poem in Hindi. I'm not sure if it is of Harivansh Rai Bachchan, father of Amitabh Bachchan, because his famous poem Madhushala, I had recited when I was small. I had participated in Hindi elocution. I had come second then. Now if you tell me to speak Hindi, I'll come second last. I've not spoken Hindi since 35 years. School, 10th standard was the last time I must have spoken. So no going into taxi, no going to a grocery. Where will I speak Hindi? All the Hindi speaking people speak in Gujarati with me. So, but that time I had come second and I had recited this Madhushala by Harivansh Rai Bachchan. But I'm not sure what I'm going to say now. Is it in this poem or in some other poem? But it's beautifully said. Where karave mandir masjid. Where karave, where? Enmity. Hindus, Muslims. Why Hindu Muslims? Hindus, Jains. Why Hindus, Jains? Huh? Shwetambar, Digambar. Why Shwetambar? Murti Pujak, Sthanakwas. I don't want to say more. Where Karave Mandir Masjid, Mel Karave Madhushala. If you build a pub, everyone will come. A Kriyajat Matarthi, a Shushka Gnan Matarthi, they'll sit on one table and drink. And worse than that, if you build a public toilet, there is no problem. But if you build a mandir, the masjid people, the masjid, the mandir. So where Karave Mandir Masjid, Mel Karave Madhushala. I'm not sure whether this is from the poem Madhushala ki? Very good. So Harivansh Rai Bachchan was and Maithili Sharan Gupta were my I like them very much. I like their poems, just read it once or twice and I could memorize it. A very long one. So I had to recite that in 9th standard. I had chosen Harivansh Rai Bachchan. And, but Amitabh didn't congratulate me because maybe I didn't say as nicely as he. He has recited all these poems and I learnt it from him. So whatever, see the beauty, where Karave Mandir Masjid Mel Karave Madhushala. What a tragedy. Not understanding what is true religion. Not understanding what spirituality is all about. Not understanding, you fight. And you call that love for the mission, love for the sashan, love for dharma. If love can make you fight so much, then what can enmity do? What is the difference between love and enmity? That's why it said, Nahi kashaini upshantata. You can do n number of sevas, you can do n number of tapasyas, but you don't have any kashaini upshantata, you are a dash bigot. BB. Nahi samjha? Nahi samjha? Abhay bhai understood? Yeah. When I don't say anything, he understands well because like that also he can't hear what I say. Nahi kashaini upshantata, and you are talking of dharma and love. You should be punished for your jhoot first. Nahi antar vairagya, all to just show others and impress others. Saral panu, you take so much time to confess or rather understand your faults. So insistent, small things, and you talk of Brahma. Just one person coming in front of you and that irritates you and you talk of going to moksha. A sectarian in a garb of white clothes. A dirty heart in white clothes, and you call that a religious person, a spiritual person, an Atmarthi? Just because he talks about Atma, she talks about Atma? No, you don't become an Atmarthi. If there is presence of these attributes which will be stated and explained right now in this section, or absence of their qualities which will be explained in the next section, Atmarthina Laksha, then you are not a true seeker, though you are performing religious activities. So this is the main purpose of this section, and aren't you eager to know? Because now you people you are engaged in so many religious activities, so many sevas, studies, so many rituals also. You do your Nityakram and you do a lot of seva. Whole afternoon goes in seva. Morning goes in studying scriptures and performing rituals. So you must know whether you are an Atmarthi or a Matarthi, because you will be different from worldly person who goes for swimming instead of doing his Nityakram. So you are different, but you still may be a bigot and not a truth seeker. Very clear? So we start with the first verse. So how many verses for Kriya Jad Matarthi? So 24, 25, 26, 27 and 28. Enapachi, we'll finish Shushka Gnani Matarthi, then the common attribute and conclusion. Then we start Atmarthi Nalakshana. And if it comes in one yagna, it will be so clear. Truth explained negatively and positively. Avu na hovu joye, avu hovu joye. Together. So it will be very, very clear. These traits you should not be having, and this you must be having. If you find absence of this, then also it's a question mark. If you find the presence of these, then also it's a question mark. So negatively and positively, so it makes it very clear you are inspired to cultivate. If it was only written negatively, avu na hoy te atmarthi. If there's an absence of these attributes, then you are a truth seeker. You won't be inspired to cultivate. Kashayini upshantata hoy, matra moksha bilasha hoy, bhave khed hoy, compassion hoy. Now see, when it is stated in a positive way, you want to cultivate. Oh, this one thing is lacking in me. These three things I can manage. Let me strive for this. So beautifully it is chalked out that the negative and the positive. So both will be doing in this year. Okay?